Complexities turn to ban. Dire team ban. Complexities turn to ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
The moment is here. Game 5.
Reserve
The American Qualifiers. Summit 5. Digital Chaos versus Complexity. All on the line. One team will be coming to the land. The other will be watching from home. I'm LD, joined here by Merlini and Grant. Gentlemen, before we talk about the draft, who is it going to be? Would anyone like to change their prediction?
I'm going to go with DC.
Okay.
What about you?
I believe in Complexity.
What's Grant think? You're our Ty Turner.
If they pick Phoenix here, I'll go DC. If they pick Doom, go. All right, I'm going DC. It was literally
they
DC.
learned.
They learned.
It's fun watching a best of fives because you see stuff like that, like Syllabear Game 3 and the Syllabear band. Doom over Phoenix first pick, they lose, then they pick. Fun to watch.
Well, I mean, we don't really need to cast this one because DC is going to win now.
Yeah,
I'm sticking with Complexity though. I feel like they've just shown the better teamwork and overall decision making, and when they've not performed well, it's much more because of just like a disastrously bad start or questionable drafts. But I believe in Swing.
It's been a really good back and forth. So it's just been a fun series.
Yeah, it could really go either way though. These teams are very evenly matched. I hope they stick together for once in the history of any team competing in America, so that we can actually get to see them play more often. But they're really close right now.
I think they will. When people ask me, like, Grant, they're Europeans, how do you say they're Americans? Like, Complexity, when they first came over, like, just try to qualify for lands. They played Pro Dota in Canada Cup before they even, like, made any tournaments. I'm like, well, I mean, they're making an effort to play in America. Now, I think that's big. DC did the same thing. They're in Canada Cup, Pro Dota, Star Series. They're in everything. And, you know, good for them. They're American in my book, is what I'm saying.
You're American in my book too, Grant.
Thank you. You're American too.
These teams are not Americans, but we're gonna treat them as honorary ones anyway. Build the Trump wall.
Combined, they don't even have 5.
Yeah.
Hey, but they're
they can't
in
even
America.
field a team
Okay,
in the Nations Cup. Okay.
They are. I'm gonna lose it. I'm not. But remember,
We have
Team
the same
Tinker?
amount of American casters as they do have players.
No,
Okay.
we are so American that we make up for their lack of Americans, so
Yeah,
it's
that's it,
fine.
It's different. These teams came to America. They're living here. They're playing all the tournaments. Remember when Team Tinker came? They played one tournament. They literally only played the qualifier. These teams are
they were
playing
frauds.
other North American. That's when I consider
I'm
them
with you.
American.
I am on the side of the fence that I feel if you compete in a region and you like play there consistently, it's fair to consider you as a part of that region since you will adopt a lot of the play style. You'll get used to playing against those teams. But yeah, if you're just fly by night carpetbagger, then you can.
Complexity's been here a really long time. DC has
over
not
a year.
been here. DC's only been here for very short. I would definitely say Complexity's American.
But they got the Sunstand Mansion, so I'm sure they ain't going anywhere.
And they're playing.
So that doesn't make Alliance American because they're based out of San Francisco.
No, I'm saying they're probably gonna stick around. It's a nice house.
I mean, and they're already qualified. Both these teams are going Manila.
That's what's important here.
Okay, so let's talk about the draft now. We've talked about the teams and the players, but first overall pick Phoenix. Obviously, Phoenix has been really successful this series. Curveball comes out now though, as Complexity will grab Earth Spirit and Death Prophet. Neither hero picked yet in the series. Almost entirely ignored. Maybe we saw one Death Prophet ban, but I think if that. So Why the huge
Dire
change up?
team
And
Complexity
do you guys think
love
it
their
will
death
work?
profit. I think like Z Freak thrives on the offensive roamers, and Phoenix is pretty good. But it's such a good hero that they can't like not pick it. Bounty Hunter usually banned out. Earth Spirit, he's kind of been nerfed enough to the point where I don't think he's that strong anymore. But if they want him over Mirana and they want some more lane pressure, then I think it's a-okay,
Dire
especially with
team
a
ban.
hero like Death Prophet who can dominate the lane. But Complexity looks like they're going to gear up for the push. A lot of teams banned Death Prophet against them in the second phase, so I think if they want it, they should pick it up in the first phase.
Yeah, I think it feels like how Complexity banned and draft right now, they have a set strategy
10
going.
seconds
But
remaining.
you saw that second ban by them, the Silver. They were thinking, they're like, do we
5
want to give them
seconds
Phoenix
remaining.
or Silver? I mean, and then they banned out Silver. They knew what was coming, and they picked Ursa immediately.
Reserve
Didn't
time.
even use reserve. I think it's one of their set lineups they're going with here.
Do you think Earth Spirit's particularly good versus Phoenix?
Not versus Phoenix, but a Radiant Earth Spirit. I think
Yeah,
that's the
that's
biggest thing.
I mean, but we've seen teams run that safe lane Invoker as well. So I mean, that's always a curveball to, I guess, keep in mind. More so, Complexity tends to do it, but
I forgot Resolution has a sick invoker.
yeah,
Yeah, that's
he
a
has
good
a
thing.
really sick
He has a
Invoker.
really good one.
It's been a while since I've seen it though.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it will be Weehaw, but it's just the one thing with these teams is that I mean, we saw with the
5
Lone Druid pick,
seconds
any of the
remaining.
3 players could play it
Yep.
potentially. So it's hard to know for sure exactly how they're going to lane it. But Complexity, they get their hands on the
Dire team
Disruptor
pick.
now. Now that's a hero that is pretty good against Phoenix.
It's just a good hero for Complexity's playstyle, like we saw. Just win a team fight and win it bigger. Always have that glimpse underused spells in the game.
10 seconds remaining.
So where did DC want to go?
They want some anti-push, I
5
feel like.
seconds
Just because
remaining.
if you look at Complex's lineup, they ban Gyro and Bat in the second phase, as well as taking Death Prophet. That's a
Reserve time.
pretty telltale indicator that they want to siege some towers, and that's kind of how they got back into the last game. So I think they're like fresh in their minds. Okay, even if we lose the laning phase, like Enigma died a few times, Drow died a few times, even if we lose the laning phase, as long as we can take towers, we can beat Digital Chaos. I think that's the mentality that still carries over for them and still should be fresh in their mind going into game number 5. I think that Swindles needs to pick a more appropriate hero for himself for the way that he played. I still think it was like a Bristle Enigma with the way he played. It was just like,
I mean,
I'm just gonna tank, and
it worked.
It worked, but
5
like
seconds
over a
remaining.
40-minute game, he had like 4 heroes in his
Yeah,
coL,
yeah,
which is, yeah, it
Reserve
worked,
time.
but could have been a lot better. You always want to improve on your lineup to make them as optimal as possible.
So what are some great Swindle heroes? The Beastmaster has been banned all series. Batrider
Void is
banned.
really good with Death Prophet and excellent at protecting the Death Prophet. I think they have a good combo with it.
But they just really want to
Dire
push,
team
and they're gonna
Yeah.
grab the Nature's Prophet.
I wonder who's their last one.
Could it even be like a safe lane Nature's Prophet? Something.
Oh yeah, Limp loves that hero.
Yeah, and Swindle.
We see
I,
Empire
yeah,
do it
I-
a lot.
no, I
10
think like
seconds
Complexity and Shazam, both. I think their offlaners actually play Nature's
5
Prophet that well.
seconds
I mean, I just Swindle and Brax's Nature's Prophet compared to like say Meander, like
Reserve
Nature's
time.
Prophet just aren't on the same level. There's a good chance that's a safe lane Nature's Prophet.
So something that I think it's Empire likes to do a lot. Occasionally Afterlife will play it in the off lane, but the safe lane NP can be really scary in the right hands.
Yeah,
And then they would still have room for a Void. It's, can be decent damage to dump into Chrono as well, but DC grabbing a forgotten hero, the Clockwork, but someone that can give Nature's Prophet fits.
Me and Ben got to see the Clockwork from yesterday, and it did not end well.
Didn't blow your mind.
Well, They won the game, but he
10
died to
seconds remaining.
Max's safe
3
lane
times in
puck.
like 6 minutes.
Twice solo
5
kills, and the
seconds
first
remaining.
kill was an IO puck kill on him. It was. That's why we were talking about being tilted. Not a pretty performance, but I like the hero, and I think it's decent profit like in the mid game.
It's tough versus Death Prophet and Disruptor. Like you
Yeah,
can
it is.
still get the Siphon and Disruptor just glimpses them back, but it is kind of just decent at initiating and
seconds
setting up for the egg, which is probably more what they're looking for.
Yeah, having the cogs and the egg
5
gives you
seconds
2
remaining.
really big zoning tools in team fights to limit where the enemy team could safely move. DC, Don't want to get cheesed. Don't want to get pushed down. They will ban the Drow, even though they have the... I mean, last game, I felt like they had the ultimate anti-Drow lineup, but it didn't work out. So they're just going to play it safe, try to force Complexity to do something different.
Like Lycan, I think, would be sick for Complexity to round out their lineup and push.
10 seconds
Digital Chaos.
remaining.
Ah, I love that pick.
Complexities
They got
turn
some
to
hunters now. This is a lot of pick-off potential between the Clink's Clockwork and maybe like a Sunstrike from the Invoker.
Yeah, they actually, I just realized, Complexity played this almost exact same matchup in the Frankfurt qualifiers versus Shazam, and they picked TC the Clinks, and he went like 10-0 by 11 minutes, killed the Death Pro like 3 times. They just roamed their safe lane carry at like level 5. It was super sick. I don't know if they watched it, but
reserve time.
it worked.
We'll have to see if Complexity are prepared for it. So time to find out. Is it going to be something unusual like a safe lane Prophet? Swindles be playing yet another new hero in the series. What is the plan, Complexity? Clock's ticking. They got about 1:10 to think it over.
Plenty of time. Use it all you have it, right? You can even go to the bathroom now if you want. If you want.
The only thing I don't like about Digital Chaos's lineup is it's like too cooldown dependent. Everything's like super long cooldown. Like Sunray, like 20 seconds Lion, fairly long rotation Clinks too. Like they're good at the initial burst, but versus like a long sustained effort due to just constant sieging with like Death Prophet Ultimate or Nature's Prophet. Like I think they're gonna have trouble killing people after the first or second person.
Yeah, but then you get super late and Invoker once he gets the Octarine Refresher stuff, if it gets that far.
Yeah. Who
Right.
else is
They don't really
good?
have any...
So we're
No,
still not sure whether it's Swindles.
I like you, yeah. I like Lycan here. I think you're right, though.
I don't know what else would work.
Jugger would have been
Yeah.
good. It got banned, though. Sometimes you just sit here and hum it up.
Yeah, I'm just humming it up. These teams have really shown a lot of depth with their drafts, so... Going down to the wire, and it's an X. So it is a safe lane Prophet, or maybe a safe lane X, but well, seems more like the Swindles hero for sure.
I think Swindles plays a better Nature's Prophet and Limp plays a better Axe.
I think so.
That's
I
what
think
they've
so.
been doing. They want to put that
Yeah.
Axe versus... I feel... Well, no,
On the
I think
Clockwork, yeah.
Moo's just gonna be rough.
pretty-
Nature's Prophet and Axe are terrible matchups for Clock.
Yeah.
Yep.
I actually like the X pick a lot. Gives them a rely. Now they've got Earth Sphere and Axe, so lots of ways to initiate. Pretty good burst. They are still rather reliant on the Death Prophet ult, but like for hero pickoffs, they don't particularly need it. More just if they want to take objectives.
Wouldn't something like a Slardar been more useful for them though? I feel like getting Axe versus all these like range heroes
5
and
seconds remaining.
like there's not that many summons for him to like spin off of.
I just
If
think
these-
Axe has a better plan B if depending on how the lane's set up. So it is Swindles playing it as well. Maybe Swindles just feels comfortable in the hero.
Prepare for battle.
Sasuke and Z-Freak see each other with the war. Oh, look at Z-Freak is... Okay. There's a Phoenix dive ward and then a rolling boulder. Interesting.
Man, these level 1 wards are like impossible for the other team to scout out now.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting. I guess on the other hand, like you'd always be able to scout them in the past. So teams have really refined their warding game.
Buy a
most of
gem.
it. Yeah, that's the God strat.
Well, okay,
God loves to buy
so
the level
Swindle
1 gem.
showed himself on bottom. Let's see if they are going to do a lane swap. I don't think so. I guess they'll be content with move
What
versus
gem costs
Axe.
900? How would you buy it?
You wait.
Yeah, you wait, bud.
You just
You
sit
wait
in
300
base.
gold?
It's not a good strat.
275.
Okay, I guess if you were to random and see it, throw it 820.
30 seconds.
You get
to
you
go.
get both
It's
bounty
generally
runes.
when you random.
Oh, that could... Okay, both bounty runes into... I'm fine with that play.
Or you can get like a Doom with Devour and just eat a creep and then get it with a bounty rune.
I'm
This
sure
is how you win pubs, guys.
I'm sure this isn't how what we should be right now, but whatever.
All right, game 5. So coming in, you guys both had DC. Are you sticking with them after seeing the draft the lanes? Are you ride or die, or you
I'm with
flip-flopping?
DC. I'm not flip flopping.
I'm sticking with them, but it's just another thing. I mean, Complexity, if they have a good laning phase, just like last game, I mean, one Roshan
Well, where's
and
your
it's over.
conviction, Grant?
DC's winning
Man,
it.
you used to
Weehaw's gonna
have
go
standards.
Okay, Weehaw's gonna go 40-0. They're just gonna win. It's
I mean, now you're here casting with us, selling out. Changed, Grant.
Oh, I hate Europe. Back, I'm back.
Alright, guys, it's fine.
Nah, I like DC. I think if it gets to the if they play the same as they did last game but don't make the Roshan mistake, they win again.
Yeah, good job there dodging the early courier snipe, which has been all the rage as of late, but Soxa not going to find the opening. So, does mean Chessie in a different position here, playing the off-lane Prophet. They are going to get Swindles. Easier time, and I mean, truth be told, he is not at a good lane stage in a while, but in this series anyway. But Chessie going to be under the gun here as the Phoenix swoops in. A lot of harassment on the end peak early on. Moo also in a bit of struggle town as Swindles is all over him looking for the spins.
He did get a good cog block the first time, so you have a large wave coming towards him. It was only a two hero cog or two creep cog.
And if you saw what he just did,
double
he went over and cogged out the neutral because that hand's getting pulled, so he's gonna get the. He's only gonna lose 2 range creep. At least he gets the melee.
It's like half the wave.
Yeah, it is now actually. That's oh my God,
Yeah, that's
such
that's
a bad
not good.
change.
Take that back.
Only 2 range creeps.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Again, moving on to Chessie here. Yeah, this offlane is a pain. They're committing a lot to try and slow down the Nature's Prophet, and also do want to point out they already rolled on Weehaw once, almost got a first blood there with the Spirit Siphon, but he was barely able to salve up and survive. So, putting a little more emphasis on trying to support mid, slow down the enemy Invoker this time. Complexity are definitely trying to secure Lips early game.
The mid invokers have been really good about casting Ice Wall instead of having Cold Snap and Forge Spirit invoked to escape these sort of ganks. Like,
We saw
even
that
if it kicks you back, you can still sometimes escape with the Ice Wall. Yeah, they've been really good about that.
Well, back to the jungle for Chessie, but already the Phoenix trying to react to mirror that move. Moves in as well, but a bit too late to stop it. Rico does find the arcane room.
I love this ward middle from the Dire though. Like they know if Yellow runs over to try to gank Weehaw, I mean the ward sees him from his side and from Dire's side.
But
So he's
what
gonna
about
go
Moo?
mid
Doesn't
tower.
see
Not
bottom.
Moo.
Moo could be in trouble here. The courier's also coming in. Might be able to snipe that as well. There's the battle hunger and the roll. Oh, a nice dodge by
How did
Moo.
he see that
But
coming?
the boulder smash still gonna connect. If he gets a decent call off, he might kill him anyway. Those spins. Swindle wants him. Not quite gonna find enough as the glimpse that comes from Hanskin. Moo though, they get the first blood here. Hanskin so low, the Sunstrike. Oh, not enough. He's at 20 health. Swindles. Another battle hunger living by a prayer. Hanskin will survive. And the first blood that seems slated, first for Complexity, then for DC, ultimately does go the way of the Radiant.
What kind of ninja sense was that to dodge that boulder? I don't think he saw him.
No, he didn't.
He saw, as soon as he got battle hunger, I think he just felt like they were going to dive him. Like, why would you just battle hunger randomly otherwise? It's only level 1.
It's true.
Still, that was sick.
No.
They were close to getting that first blood on Handskin. He had like 5 HP, salved up, and the Sunstrike took him down again. Oat middle.
Uh-oh, Weehaw. This is bad. Limp does have just a regular nuke, but that's really all he's going to need. D-Freak. This has been, I mean, this is like the Complexity that we kind of expected coming into this series was the Z-Freak show, where it's the Bounty Hunter, the Mirana, the Earth Spirit, just constantly roaming, winning all the lanes, making the game nice and easy for the team, and now he's gotten them 2 kills and a 1,500 gold lead to start off this game 5.
Oh, that's a lot of gold this early. Clinks just has to get his medallion. Usually I think you see treads and then you just see him start moving around early, and they're gonna have to get a lot out of him, I think.
Moo, he's up a bit far here perhaps, but he does have the battery assault. See if they look to re-engage on him. Glimpse is only level 1. They're kind of trying to stay in range for it, but don't quite have it.
Yeah, his movement is going to be slowed down because he's going to go for treads and soul ring and medallion. It looks like. Oh, actually, Aquila. It might not even be a medallion.
Tower is under attack.
Yeah, it looks like Aquila Soul Ring, maybe?
Yeah, Aquila soul, but then you need treads plus medallion, or you know you won't have the minus armor to actually kill people. So it's gonna be a late time for
DC's
him.
really deep in here right now. Trying to take the tier 1.
Yeah, Swindle says, get the hell off my tower. He's going to TP in, and they are going to, I guess, rotate Chessie down bottom once his TP cools down. Or maybe not.
Moves like,
back to the jungle.
yeah, finally some levels.
Yeah. And Skill will try to get his as well. Not too much a clock hit level 4 can do to
Is under attack.
disrupt her really at all. So he should be getting good experience here bottom as Z-Freak is going to move in again, but Only level 3. Don't think these two can get a kill.
Oh, and look at who's getting keep beat on bottom.
Oh, well, there's the +1. NP arrives, and it is to the bottom lane, but gets the move kill. So another grab by Complexity. Z-Freak in on all 3 kills thus far. And they're rolling.
Forgot about the NP.
Yeah. I think both teams have that one hero that gives them a little more presence. Strike from Invoker, and then the Nature's Prophet can... Each team can turn it 2v2.
Instant smoke. They're just trying to steamroll this laning
Dire's
stage.
bottom tower is under attack.
I mean, just like you said, this is the complexity that we saw at the at Epicenter and stuff. They just move around so perfectly.
Oh, this is going to be a long dive. The roll does connect though onto Weeha. Death by his own medicine, perhaps, as this is, of course, the hero he's famous for. Sunstrike just barely missing there on Handskin, but with the Sunray, they will clean him up anyway. Ends up being a 1-for-1, but it's an Invoker. Oh, Swindle. Did get off the call, so doesn't really care about that Clink's damage. An Invoker for Disruptor. Another win for Complexity.
One thing I've noticed about DC is that unless Misery is playing a jungler, more notably like Enchantress, he is very static in that safe lane. So although he, I guess, or by nominally plays the position 5, he sits in the lane very often to get the farm to warrant the 4. But the other teams take advantage of this. They know that Resolution is not going to move early just because he's a carry, and then Misery is way more focused on securing the safe lane than securing the other lanes, and they just take advantage of this by having 4 heroes on the bottom 2 lanes constantly, and almost no help is given to Mu ever.
He has to make his own help a long time.
Yeah, but it's not a good thing when your opponents always know that, because they know that no one's ever going to be ganking him. They have the wards on bottom, even if someone were to go bottom and help him.
Yeah. What do you think of the Max Battery? Sorry, instead of Max
Battery?
Rocket.
Max Battery
really
is
liking this.
He's aggressive. He wants to kill MP. He wants to kill the Disruptor, and Axe. I think it's pretty good.
Now that they know they're like losing the laning phase, I mean, Max Rocket, the lower cooldown and the easy counter push would be really good here. He's gonna have to get
He
like,
committed
a lot
to
of
it.
kills here.
I think if he were versus triple lane, you get the 1-1-3, but he was versus dual lane because he knows Earth Spirit is not going to come bottom that often.
Or so he thinks.
Or so he thinks,
Oh
right,
no,
yeah.
and Complexity moving in mid again.
Misery just trying to get a little experience, so this could come back to haunt him. The Boulder Smash off the mark as he's still going to roll for it. He is. Misery dodges that too. Z-Freak's evaded in a bit too far, then gets stunned and sunstruck, and they will get the kill. They still lose Misery, even after all that fancy footwork. Goes down to the NP ultimate with Swindle's also joining this one, but they may get Handskid as well. It's going to be a 2-for-1 exchange. Really good bait there. DC able to turn it. They respond in numbers with the Clinks also joining the fray. And we'll see if he gets the full medallion. For now, though, it does have the early Blightstone for that bit of minus armor. Laying into Swindles, but with the Vanguard and the call, he is tanky against physical damage. That Prophet ult is online. The cogs are there, kind of blocking him back. Limp, does he want to use it? He's thinking about it. There's the Spirit Siphon. Exorcism not getting popped. Just gonna try to nuke him down, and well, Z-Freak does end up going down there in the end as well.
And we also have he just got his Midas now too. He's gonna have an 8-minute Midas equipped after that lane phase. He is farm this game.
That was nice of Misery to tank that gank for him so that he could actually catch up. I think that was a big play by Misery.
It was, and he dodged he actually got a kill before he died too. By rolling boulder, they're doing a good job of dodging Z-Freak.
The Boulder Smash and the Rolling Boulder, he's been on point.
Good day.
Now Misery gets farmed. He's like, please let me get this level 6 before they go on someone. Getting free experience bottom now, and gold.
So, where is Clinks' first big trip, guys? Oh, also, he's gone for an interesting build
like
here. Only
death
2
zone.
points in Searing Arrows and just straight maxing the Skeleton Walk, so really wants to roam a lot.
That's what I thought he'd want to do, but usually you want to get medallion. Waiting it out.
Yeah.
Still be, but I mean, I'm surprised he didn't land Soul Ring.
You can get away with it now because of the...
Now that they started winning that fight, yeah.
Well, because just you can get the minus armor without having to commit for the whole thing. It's much better than before, where you pretty much had to get medallion for the damage.
First big rotation heading towards bottom. Chessie getting on the drums, doesn't have them yet. And meanwhile, top we do see a smoked up Disruptor trying to find that Soxa kill. We do have the level 3 Glimpse ready. Not sure he can really dive his way out of this one. He could try though, but they pull him back into a call. Really good combo there. And a quick grab and 5 complexity heroes top, so nobody gonna die to the clinks. They are gonna use the buddy system here, stick together, and with an arcane rune on the Death Prophet, they may even try for an exorcism tier 2 push.
That's a really smart maneuver by Nature's Prophet. Like, oftentimes when you're ganking a safe lane, you'll trade safe laners, but the really good players will TP, usually with the TP scroll, but in this case with teleportation, to where your other teammates are, and then you transition into a tower push. So you get a kill and a tower. You might lose your tower in the process, but at least you don't lose one of your very important heroes. And that's a very underutilized mechanic, but a lot of safe laners have been picking that up.
TP starts to come bottom, limp. Arcane rune did get popped, holds the exorcism for now. They're not going to give this one up for free. So for complexity, big thing I guess is Swindle's still about 1,000 off the blink, but closing in on it. And once he gets that blink, gotta figure they're just gonna start going for kills and try to take towers, guys.
Yeah, and when Axe gets Blinks, and Clinks, like, they might get an early gem against the Clinks too, and he's gonna have a rough game if he doesn't start getting a lot of kills now.
I mean, there aren't many openings. They're just doing a great job at playing keep away.
They're not, yeah. I mean, Weeaw's getting a lot of farm.
But he needs more items. Like, you either roam around and get kills, or you have to farm, and right now he's not really doing either. He's going to have to venture very, very deep. Not that much longer left.
Oh,
on
he's
his death path.
going deep here.
Oh, Handskin. In quite a bit of trouble. That's a lot of physical damage, but he does manage to drop the Kinetic Storm. Resolution tries to TP out. Misery walked into this with the Nature's Prophet all going, that's awkward. He's got a finger though, and he's gonna get out at least for now. There's the rolling boulder, dodges that. The boulder smash, not so lucky. He gets his head blown off, but still a 2 for 1. Wait, and throw down.
Yeah, well, it was nice he waited for the, like, to finger. He's like, is the Sunstrike get a hit? When he saw he was gonna hit, he just fingered.
Yeah, this is the Wii Evoker. I mean, everyone talks about his Meepo, and it's definitely great, but the Invoker was the first hero I ever saw him play where I'm like, my god, this guy is a player. Long before Weehaw was a big household name, he played for the Balkan Bears.
Yeah, and it was infamous for his Invoker in FPL Europe.
Yeah. Now he's famous for it.
Now he's famous, exactly. Take the, well, unless your team.
Someday he'll earn that honor.
DC's done a good job of delaying the push. This, I believe, is the first exorcism used by Death Prophet, even though she's level 9. And it's very similar to last game in that they overperformed in the laning phase and kind of slow down their push. But can they prevent tower after tower after tower after tower, and then Roche from being taken down like last game?
And Complexity just loves to have that okay laning stage, and then they just 5-man like crazy. And they're having more than an okay one right now, but still DC with the might is keeping this one close, losing map control a bit, but staying relatively even in gold and actually leading when it comes to experience department. So all things considered, they stabilized after a 3-0 start and a pretty big lead by Complexity in the early game.
Moo seems like he's looking for a hook shot onto Chessie, but Chessie has not walked into range of the Observer quite yet.
I forgot there was a clockwork.
Yeah, he is not
he is a bit
really
silent so far.
That's why I think maybe he didn't think it would be like this call, like they've just 5-man this early, but I mean the problem with maxing battery, so I don't think he's used it once.
And also just kind of clockwork as a hero, like if you're not running around finding kills, there's just better offlaners. So we'll have to see if Moo's able to get more involved moving forward.
They're gonna go for this bottom tower, no glyph, right? I don't know that they have glyph.
The Resolution did opt to skip the early medallion. Looks like a straight Deso, well underway. With this tower, if he gets the last hit, we'll pretty much have it. It's gonna be a fast Deso. They have an Axe already with a Vanguard. Probably eventually gonna be a Cryptid Guard for the team. Death Prophet, who will be tanking up. Not necessarily that many easy targets. Even the NP already grabbing a buckler, likely a mech coming, guys. So they are building the armor bend that
When they
didn't
see the
him
Roche,
get the drought strat.
scan the Roche.
Uh-oh. DC take this in time.
Well, fortunately for DC, they do have the double damage on Resolution, which should be the deciding factor for them getting this Roche.
And they even have the Lion of Misery in position, ready to tank any sort of smoke yank, and he may go down here. He wins the stun, then the Yule setup comes through. The call will be there. Silence as well. Are they going to kill him? Yes, they are. Off with your head. But now the hook and the re-engage. Sunray coming through, but Moo, he's found himself in a bad position here, and he will likely end up going down on the backside. Resolution did snipe the Radiant Courier with that DD run. It just took one shot. They get the Aegis, but they lose 2 in the process, also grabbing a courier. I think DC slightly ahead on gold off of that, but 2 mid likely to drop.
Yeah, I think they were fine just letting Misery die for that, but then Moo went back in and the Sprout split up everyone, lost 2 instead of just 1.
I think it might be because he's feeling like he's not really.
Yeah, like he's got to
Being
do
involved.
something, you know?
Yeah, he just didn't have mana either. He hooked in and all had his cogs. So it was...
If Lion if Clockwork were in Lion's position, I think the fight would have went much differently. But
Yeah.
I think Moo was really close to his blade mail. He bought it right before he died, so probably just finishing up that last 1200 before heading over to that area. But that was important 2 kills and then another tower. I guess at least they forced them to use Exorcism for that, and of course they did get the Aegis.
So, overall thoughts on the early, first 15 minutes here of the game, Ben? Do you feel like he's comfortable right now?
Yeah, they have the blink on Axe. I think like Swindles is comfortable enough where he's tanky enough and he has the items that he needs to initiate, as well as almost having a 4-staff. DP has her Yules, so I think they're comfortable enough with the amount of towers that they take in, which is 4, and DC's comfortable enough with the laning phase that they take in, as well as.
Oh my god, that is a deep dive!
Yeah, that...
And they have the blink on Lion, even more important.
Oh, well, he's dead now too, though.
Vengeance will be served.
It's definitely worth it, though. I love the finger in the sun. Free kill.
Good chop by Swindles as he wanted to get up and chase after DC. Be looking for that extra bit of move speed to go for the second Paul chop, but DC already backing out.
Like you said, this Clockwork, he needs to. If he starts going in, I think they're gonna be fine. Now they have level 6 on Phoenix at lead. I think they're fine farming as Clicks and Invoker, right?
Yeah, Invoker is super quiet too. At least he's been getting a little bit involved with Sunstrike, but his net worth is getting real nice.
Whoa! You're saying he's quiet when he's been involved in all 7 of the kills?
Yeah, because he's just been Sunstriking,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
he
I know.
hasn't actually been there.
I know. No, he's playing. I mean, that's the Weevoker, like you said.
Yeah.
It's insane.
Efficiency, man.
Efficiency.
Efficiency.
They just saw Limp mid. They might actually take this fight over here.
Oh, yeah.
Swindles, they do catch him out, but he has the 4-step to do with the cogs, so they gotta burst the fully, and oh boy, they will. Those cogs well placed, but they're gonna push Z-Freak back away, towards the enemy team rather, away from his own, and he may end up going down here, gets the silence up on his Zonzo, rolls past him to safety, but Misery there to greet him. Misery coming up big with a double kill. A great play by Moo there with the cogs and 3 complexity heroes dropping. Costly.
A lot of that was due to Observer Ward. They had an Observer Ward in mid that was just directly looking at Limp, and that had to be one of the best opportunities they're going to get to jump complexity without their full 5. And they took full advantage of it.
And then Soxia almost died there to solo, and instead he gets his Midas after that fight, and it was just a straight 3-for-0 trade, and they're gonna get a tower now, I think.
Nice heals there by Limp to bail out, and again, almost connected on these Sunstrikes, put a lot of pressure on the enemy team as Misery will be silenced. Limp just doing a job at saving his teammate there, and they're gonna smoke and move aggressively on bottom lane. They see Moo, he's a bit far out, but really they want that Invoker, I think, if possible. And he's gonna Ghost Walk. They get the call off and pull him back with the glimpse, and we have a devastating grab as the mega kill streak is ended, and one of the most farmed heroes in the game will end up going down. Meanwhile, also chasing Moo. Awkward position here. As
He wants to hook the creep wave.
Glimpse is hooked out, or cooled down. Is he gonna get it out? Nope. Not gonna happen. Called and double dunk.
Can't you hook out of the glimpse if you're like
I believe,
really
yeah.
sick at timing?
He had a chance to.
I don't think he had vision on the creeps. That would have been super tough. A blind hook with the precise timing.
Oh, you gotta know the timings, you know?
Got to know when the creep spawned.
You do? It's all weird though in the off lanes. They all move at weird speeds. He's an off lane player. He should know.
Yeah, exactly. No, that was. Yeah, they just overextended on that tier 2 tower. Everyone just came alive, and they knew
Grant,
Misery.
this is like you said several times now in the draft. Like they just like the disruptor because if that one hero's out of position, suddenly you don't just get the 1 kill, you get 2, 3, and you can really push an objective off of it or punish.
I think the Clink should have waited. He should have stalked the Death Prophet instead, because Misery was coming. He doesn't want to go on the Death Prophet because she has Spirit Siphon into Yules. But if the Invoker or if the Lion's there for the Blink Hex, then he just dies without any help at all. But
Do you like the Black King bar second on Clinks versus this lineup?
not
Like
really.
the axe and stuff. Yeah.
First act, the exorcism. I can understand why he wants to give it because of the disruptor and earth spirit, but I think they're really lacking damage right now because Invoker is also going for a very defensive build with the Ogre Club.
They have to know Mood there again. I think Mood's kind of scared. He's like, they probably know him.
So they are gonna muscle down this tier 1 bottom, and Complexity possibly gonna push for a tier 2. We already see Weehaw starting to morph into the everywhere Invoker. He quick push out the top lane, but I'm sure he'll be able to do it as fast as Complexity, especially with that exorcism ready to go.
And Weehaw, he's trying. What is Weehaw? Is he going? I mean, he's going
Oh, yeah,
Agnes, right?
Probably.
Surprised he went.
Uh-oh, Swindle might find Boo here.
Found him.
Big, it is. It's a call to start it off. The follow-up comes through. Silence, Boulder Smash, Siphon, and no more Moo.
I just don't know why he stayed there, because they saw when he first rocketed, it came from the top right corner, like he had to be in the trees. I'm surprised he stayed in there.
Yeah, and he doesn't have a Force Staff.
Well, in
But
good
they get a
news
tower.
for DC, Weehaw just solos a tower, and that's almost the X for him.
Yeah, I just realized, though, with Clink's Invoker late game, they have a lot of actually just split push and backdooring they can do with those two heroes. I mean, Complexity has Nature's Prophet, but Invoker and Clink's do a lot more.
Their whole team's here.
Just waiting. They're
Just-
waiting for someone.
Oh, it might work out beautifully.
it might.
3 DC heroes, a little raiding party
They're
to the
pinging.
bottom lane.
Brown's pinging in there.
Oh, their
think they
whole
wanna
team
bait it.
coming. And the Rocket's
Rocket.
gonna scout it out. Hey, Swindles. Misery there. Goes for the follow-up. Quick finger, and then immediate Sunstrike. That combo, just so much mercy. Panic forces, but it's kind of up onto the cliff. Not as far away as he could have gotten. Resolution committing the 10-second BKB for this. And then they hunt onto Handskin. Probably gonna be able to run him down unless he TP's out immediately. Rocket coming through, not in time. Does make it out, so it's only Swindles they get.
Was it one of the supports that like called out that they went right due to that Roshan Observer Ward?
It was Brown who pinged it out.
I wonder how they saw him over there.
No, that was just a good
That was-
rocket and a free kill. That was nice.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
And let's see the Roshan respawn timer. I saw Misery pop into there right as Disruptor TP'd out.
Respawns in 2.
Okay,
They're gonna get a mid tower into Roche maybe.
they don't know that it's up. Let's see if Resolution checks right now.
But even if they do, they know Radiant knows it's up now.
Yeah, unless it despawns at the exact right time. But no, that's pretty good timing. Misery walks in there. He does check and pings
Both
out
pings.
immediately. Oh, any smokes coming out from Complexity? This would be an opportune time. Oh no, they see Resolution, so they know they're not doing Roche.
Oh, Chessie? Top?
Being hunted. Weehaw on the move.
He saw him. But he's not gonna go for it. It's not worth it.
Just gonna TP out. Play it safe and rejoin the squad.
Ping his
Now,
Ags.
Complexity has set up vision around the pit, so they can't just walk in there without a smoke anymore.
There you go, there's the smoke.
Complexity gonna be ready for this one. Could be
Oh, it's
Decisive
a
team
4-1 split though.
Oh
They're
no,
gonna fix the
Resolution
bind
could get picked
Resolution.
off here.
He has BKB.
He gets called. They're gonna place a sentry here, I think.
Oh, this all comes down to the timing. Who gets the jump? D-Freak in a bad position. But the call comes in from Swindles. He's going to drag Moo away. They hex up D-Freak. And Resolution goes to work on Chess. He hasn't finished off that NP yet. And Soxka, meanwhile, pulls back. He dives and he's right back at the center. He needs to get up the egg. He barely manages to in the middle of 3, 4 heroes. No one hitting the egg during this time. Moo now very low. Hit by a boulder smash. Still being magnetized. Dropping more and more boulders. Moo will go down. The death profit incredibly low, but does barely survive. Resolution, though, running freely through the backline. So they've killed off the 2 supports. Swindles forced to back off to the woods and do a little bit of farming after that.
Oh, that was
This Roche is dead now because of the death soloing Clinks. He can solo it so quick.
that was a sick maneuver because everyone's camera is like on the left side. If you're
Yeah,
ready,
to Resolution,
you're
they
always
saw
going to
it.
Resolution, so you'll get like a free 1 or 2 seconds of initiation if you're DC. Like the axe wasn't able to blink in time because he's looking to jump onto the clink.
Whoa, in middle,
Whoa.
they did it again. The finger sunstrike.
And it's-
Misery with the super long range, just blink force, fingered, easy kill. Very costly one though.
That's sick.
Misery is coming up clutch of this series.
He really
Yeah,
is.
I just love Misery. That's the best part of being camped. He's like, alright, I'm just gonna figure you Sunstrike and
Is under attack.
kill on like a core even.
Radiant's bottom
What a
tower
combo.
has fallen.
The only thing I noticed last fight is they did that all without literally BKB'd and just right-clicked the Furon, never killed him. But I
And
mean,
then did
so
nothing
both those,
else, really.
Yeah, both those heroes were out of the fight though, and I mean, DC's they have a way better 4v4 lineup with that, like with Weehaw, with the Aghanims already.
They got the jump on Axe. With the Axe, they can't
Exactly.
really hold anyone in place.
Well, I think the Axe actually jumped on the clockwork.
He
which I don't
jumped
think was
on
the
the
play.
yeah.
Okay.
He blinked
Yeah,
on the
I don't. That's the one here. Like Moo doesn't care if he dies now. Oh, no.
hook.
Oh,
Does
he didn't
connect,
quite
but
do it.
mid clips.
He actually had it like. I mean,
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Dick.
Phoenix just counter wards their own jungle, so now it's safe.
So, have the tides turned now? It certainly feels that way.
Oh,
DC, 7,500 gold advantage, 10k experience. They've got the Weevoker really coming into his own. Ags up, level 16, not terribly far off of the super highly leveled Wex, and eventually the AoE Deafening Blast. Like they're getting their key farm here, guys. The Midas is on Saksa. Meanwhile, Complexity, they have not itemized to try and take this late. It's all early to mid-game items, the Prophet Mech, the drums, the guard Blink Force. Like, we are just not seeing them gear up to try and take this 50-60 minutes, but it also doesn't seem like they're in much of a position to end it anytime soon.
Also, earlier we questioned the BKB on Clinks, perhaps saying that he should offer more damage, but with the way they're playing it, BKB is definitely the right choice. He just runs in there, and his
Right-click
BKBs,
somebody,
yeah, and then his team just runs in after him, because apparently his team has enough damage without him, now that Invoker is by far the biggest
Yeah.
hero in the game.
I think the best part of this Misery, the finger into Sunstrike thing, is Chessie has sat in the base, I've counted, for the last 55 seconds. He just hasn't left the base. He's too scared of metal.
Hook on Z-Freak, instantly the double damage clinks, just annihilates them. 300 damage in attack, not counting the crit opportunity, and with that, they're going to move in, clear out this wave, and head straight for the tier 2. DC, very close now, taking full control of this game.
Chessie calls it out. He finally gets out of base, and then we all just TP.
He can't really do the Nature's Prophet thing anymore, Grant. I don't know how he gets out.
It's rough. This is just really good play by DC in the mid game.
They don't have anyone that can solo kill on Complexity side. That's a really big issue, because they see like two heroes even, they're not really scared because Complexity has to move in a big pack, whereas DC, like Clockwork can kill Earth Spirit and Disruptor, probably even Axe on his own.
Just with Sunstrike with
yeah.
Lion and Clock.
Lion,
So huge.
Lion can solo kill, and Clink especially can solo kill. Invoker, probably now that he had Blink, but not for the first 25 minutes of the game. And they have to, like, if 4 heroes of DC are showing, they still have to be scared. Whereas Complexity, they show 2 heroes, they're probably not scared of the other 3 at all. Well, desperate times call for desperate measures. Z-Freak picks up a gem, trying to reclaim their side of the map.
Maybe find that Clinks well, though it's not going to be an easy kill even if they do. Resolution now up to 2,500 gold, so it hasn't really had the biggest impact as far as like actual kills go, but pressure and the threat of those Clinks ganks seems to be getting a bit inside Complexity's
And
head.
a distraction. The distraction in the big team fights is...
That was actually just cool. He just ran around. Everyone's like,
Yeah.
oh, let's place a sentry to the left, and then just boom.
he's doing a good job of, I don't know, he seems more
Running
like a
interference,
Riki
yeah.
this game.
A very farmed and high DPS Riki.
Kind of cool though. I like the distraction Clinks as opposed to the I'm
Yeah.
gonna 2-shot you Clinks.
Yeah, they're playing exactly how TC played it against Complex. It's smart.
Complexity just unsure of themselves at this point,
Ooh,
but
they
here
scanned
we
out
go.
Resolution.
Weehaw throwing out the tornado. It is also going to manage to catch a secondary target on the backline. The Ice Bolt connects on Swindles. He leaves Handskin for his team, and he goes for the double. Will they get it? Well, they will certainly get Handskin. And they chase for more. Resolution going to work, but Swindle's got up the blade now. He gets up the call to roll forward. Resolution! BKB at the final hour. There's the hook from Moo. It's going to save the day. They definitely should have had the clinks, but Moo salvages the fight. And on the south side, they even managed to snipe out the axe, the gem down. DC, big plays all around.
How did Invoker see the Axe? I saw him go on to Disruptor, and then he like skipped past him, and then went for the tornado on the axe without.
was sick.
I'm not sure if like a ward expired, but that was some sick plays by Wii.
I think it was
Yeah, it was
tornado hitting him.
Tornado, if you get
I
vision
think
with
he
it.
was like, no, I think he was like going towards him before the tornado hit. That's what it seemed like. He like tornado and then just kept walking past it. Just
Yeah, I don't think he had vision. That was just Weehaw. Like, all right, we already have this kill for sure. Let's try and get more. That really like good shot call.
Because Axe was like, okay, I might wait, see
Get
how
their
many people go on
base.
Disruptor and go in.
Oh, Weehaw just styling now. He's got the farm he needs to get the job done, and he's on to Handskid down as well. 3 dead. They don't have respawns. The buyback is up on the Nature's Prophet, but it's feeling like absolute desperation time for Complexity with DC having way more farm, greater access to late game, now a range or a melee racks advantage, and all just unable to close them out.
And you know what coL's thinking. If they lose one more team fight, they lose. Like, they just won a team fight like 2 minutes ago, and they were still able to push a melee rack. So they win one now, like, aidless up on clicks, the whole base is just gone.
And they just know the way they've itemized. Like, no one, they didn't go for an NP Midas. He didn't go Maelstrom first. He went mech drums. They were trying to push.
Yes, he's getting bought at night.
And what do you know? There's a DD bottom.
I mean, like you said, Grant, I think it's just a great point that Chessie has just not been leaving the base. Like, that's a Nature's Prophet that's just hiding in the base.
He can't farm, yeah, he can't do anything.
It completely negates the idea of picking the hero at this point.
Phoenix wins all games.
Wait, so it was Phoenix won game 1?
Yeah, Phoenix won game 1. So
He
game 1 and
literally
2.
went 5-0.
I think Phoenix has
I
gone
don't know.
5-0 in this series. Pretty sure.
Yes,
If they win this.
if they win this. It's looking nice. I mean, BO5 Poker is
This could
like
be
you said,
the-
styling. Here we go, middle.
Could be the final
It's smoke,
smoke,
though.
or could be the start of a comeback. What's it going to be? Swindles. He does get the play call. It's on Weehaw with a static storm, but he gets pushed out of the cage. Slips back in. They got to finish him. No limp. Finger down. Misery with a rescue, and Weehaw skates away. Will the magnetize finish him? It really doesn't matter. DC wrecking the back line, running onto Chessie. It's about to be a full wipeout unless he TPs. He will. But with an Exorcism now committed
There
and
it
a
is.
Death Prophet dead, there's the GG. Digital Chaos are your Summit 5 America champions, and they will be coming here to Los Angeles. Not much of a trip from Arizona, I gotta say, but a well-earned one. They kicked ass this series.
They did. I just want to say, watching North, like, we've had so many turns in North America, and they've all been great. Like, Game 5's Complexity, DC, Shazam, but this series itself was just, like, the gears changing in Misery and Swindle's mind as, like, in the drafts as the game went on. It was just awesome.
I mean, really just, there were definitely individual misplays, not always the most polished Dota, but I loved the chess match from the drafts. We saw really good